Whatever uncertainty there might be at Hearts, they hit it well in the opening stages, with Rudy Scaccio bringing out the best of Mark Howard. The keeper on loan from Arsenal was impressive on his debut. So what to make of Hearts? This was their third meeting with Falkirk this season, and they've had a different head coach each time. Mind you, Valdas Ivanauskas, the latest to keep the seat warm, would be all too aware that the 8-game run of wins ended here in October. Hearts came back from 2-0 that day, and the header from Rodriguez almost had them looking to come from behind again. But this is football, where all problems are solved by the sight of the ball in the net. The Hearts fans really won't care who sits in the ejector seat of the head coach, as long as the team wins. Paul Hartley sent them on their way. The troubles of the whole week were partially swept aside in the pursuit and execution of a common goal to keep themselves in second place. They won few friends among the Falkirk support in a bad-tempered afternoon that produced 8 bookings. It also produced a few chances like this one for Jankowskis. The new man settling into Graham Rix's jacket, and he probably couldn't believe what he was seeing when Roman Bednar gave Falkirk a helping hand. Alan Freeland making it clear why he gave a penalty. Bednar trying to do Craig Gordon's job for him. Gordon, of course, signed a contract extension this week, and he underlined his potential by keeping out Alan Gow at the first attempt. Gow reacted well to follow up for the equaliser. This was only Falkirk's second penalty of the season. The last one was scored by Darryl Duffy. Gow only just got away with it this time. Those among Falkirk's 3,500 season ticket holders who don't travel haven't seen their side win in the SPL so far. Only Partick Thistle and Brechin have been beaten on this ground. Jean Leschanel took it upon himself to try and change the stats. Not for the want of trying. Falkirk have played well without getting the breaks, and they felt they might have had another penalty. No goal this time from Mr Freeland. Julian Brellier sailing close to the wind. But for all their efforts, there was a familiar ring to the afternoon for the home side. In their attempt to win the match, they left themselves sparse at the back, and Hearts just decide to take advantage. Although when they did, luck played a major role as Jankowskis got the break to put them ahead. Not an awful lot the goalkeeper could do about this one, and with 9 minutes remaining, Falkirk were again staring at a home defeat. The challenge from Jack Ross wasn't a bad one. Hearts got the break with just 9 minutes remaining. Falkirk weren't for giving up, but we've seen how this movie ends plenty of times. Goals conceded, chances missed, no way back. Yogi at least managed to stay calm, thankful no doubt that he's at Falkirk and not at Hearts. Also Latipi had a go himself to try and get it back for the home side. It wasn't to be. Cup semi-final up next for the Edinburgh side. We somehow feel that's just getting in the way of Vladimir Romanov's Champions League master plan.
Is that something you have to adjust to, the way that SPL matches are so competitive and physical? Is that a worry for you?
Yes, this is not no worry for me, and also for the players. We know this is Hearts wants respect for the every team in Scotland, and it's okay. It is nice for players, and we know since every game is I think it's the same in future.
First of all, Andy, Craig Gordon.
Yes, I think that is good news for Hearts. I must say I'm a bit surprised. I thought he was on his way. But I have to say that the Scottish players are disgusted by what has gone on at Hearts, not just in the last week, but this season. And the lack of respect that has been shown to George Burley, to Phil Anderton, to Jim Duffy, to Graham Rix, it's not gone down too well with the Hearts boys.
And Bill, I think you're disgusted. You were at that game. You're disgusted with some of the Hearts diving tactics, should we say?
Terrific win for Hearts. 2 brilliant goals on the counter-attack. All the great side of Hearts. Gordon's goalkeeping, Paul Hartley's running in his goal. But I felt that in particular Rudy Scaccio, Andy always talks about using things to the limit and using, as Barry Wilson showed for the penalty kick for Cali Thistle.
Sure.
Rudy Scatchell on Saturday crossed the line for me, and I think some of the Falkirk fans were disappointed not to have seen some of it on TV. Some of his antics were ridiculous, and he was laughing at people when he got away with diving. Bednar got one of the Falkirk players booked, young Mark Twaddle, for what I thought was a dive, and I just think Hearts, in some cases, crossed the line on Saturday.
Andy?
I wasn't at the game, Jim, but so I don't know whether it was diving or not. You'd have to say that the referee, I think, has control of everything.
I thought the referee had control of nothing on Saturday, Andy.
Well, he obviously didn't think he was diving, or else he would have taken action, because referees have now been asked to stamp down.
Well, does Kenny Clark not think it was an over-the-top challenge from McManus then? Referees make mistakes. I thought Alan Freeland, for 20 minutes in the second half, Alan Freeland was chasing after the game like a drunk man chasing a balloon.
I think it's quite dangerous just to target this accusation of diving to foreign players. I think every team in the SPL have players who are capable of winning free kicks. Defenders, midfielders, attackers. And the classic example was Barry Wilson, who I thought played the game really well and asked the referee to make a big decision, and he got a second penalty.
Yeah, I'm not putting it on foreigners. I'm saying at that game on Saturday, I thought Rudy Scatchell in particular was over the score in his antics. He came off the field after 64 minutes, sarcastically applauding the Falkirk fans who were on his case now.
Who hadn't been abusing him.
Who Kyriakos at Parkhead early in the season applauded sarcastically and got a second yellow and was sent off. Now, I think Scatchell's been fantastic this season.
So hang on, you get vicious and foul abuse from supporters, and you're not meant to react.
Andy, I take vicious and foul abuse from supporters at every ground, and I don't turn around and react to them, because you can't.
Right,
so he's a professional.
Let's show you Hearts' winning goal. It came from Jankowskis, who I think has been accused of diving in his time as well, especially at Porto, Andy.
Yeah, the winner had an element of luck about it, but I must say Hearts are capable of this. I think we've questioned their attitude in the later half of games, but they got a break here, and it's a vital one because it still gives them that 6-point cushion over Rangers. I must mention the first goal. Scatchell was terrific in it, but if you saw the run from Paul Hartley, it was a 50-yard sprint from the middle of the park almost to the goal line. That's a huge threat.